I spoke with Alabama Public Radio News Director Pat Duggins earlier today about the memorial service in Troy and tomorrow's planned procession from Selma to Montgomery. First, this is the beginning of a long series of days where we're going to be honoring John Lewis. What was special about Alabama? Why start here?
Well, because he grew up just outside of the city of Troy. I mean, he was the son of sharecroppers, and he experienced the same kind of racial discrimination that everyone did. He couldn't check books out of the library. There were the colored water fountains and the white water fountains. And one thing that was pointed out to me over the years is those colored water fountains had warm water, and then the white ones had cold water. So, I mean, if you're in Alabama in one of those 100-degree summer days, I mean, it's pretty awful. So Alabama turned out to be kind of like a battleground, not only for him, but also for Dr. King, but for his family who attended en masse for this event today. It was a homecoming for them, and some of the stories they told were really heartwarming, really kind of give you a side of John Lewis you didn't know about.
What struck you? What's an example of something that we are unlikely to hear when it comes to the sort of professional eulogies that might happen later in the week?
Well, his sister confided that he was afraid of thunder and lightning. And no one ever called him John. I mean, if you wanted to know somebody who really knew John Lewis well, they always called him Robert. And then one time, because that's his middle name, and then one time his brother Henry was eulogizing him and said, the first time that John was being sworn into Congress, up on stage, he threw me a big thumbs up. And then afterwards, I walked up to him and said, "Why did you give me a thumbs up from?" And John said, "Man, we've come a long way from Alabama, haven't we?"
So what all is planned in Alabama now after this service that we saw today?
Well, there's going to be a service tonight at Brown AME Church in Selma, which is one of the marshaling areas for the voting rights marches that John Lewis took part in 1965 when he and the others were attacked on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Then tomorrow, there's going to be a procession over the bridge, which is where Lewis and all of his friends wanted to go, during the fight for voting rights. And then tomorrow, also, there's going to be a moment where he's laid in state at the Alabama Capitol. Then on Monday, he'll be people will be able to pay their respects at the U.S. Capitol, and then on Wednesday he comes back to Atlanta, and he'll lay in state there, and then he'll be interred during a family-only affair just outside of Atlanta.
What's been the reaction like from his birthplace this past week? Well,
if you ask his family, it was kind of like a homecoming. I mean, there was singing during the memorial ceremony today. There was dancing. I may be being a bit of a curmudgeon, but it struck me that the event started at 10 a.m. Central Time sharp, and it took 17 minutes before the first African-American person got to talk. So you've got that going on. You've got the head of Troy University saying, "Oh, well, back in the day, we wouldn't even allow him to enter the university, and later on, we gave him an honorary doctorate. How about that?" The state troopers that were part of the attacking squad in 1965 during Bloody Sunday were the ones now looking over his casket, which is obviously draped with the American flag. So one small sign of how things have changed. But then I read an Associated Press account while I was getting ready for this interview about how the police chief at Troy University was suspended because he went on social media and said that George Floyd contributed to his own death. So things are changing, things are not changing. It's kind of glacial, and unfortunately, John Lewis didn't see it to its fruition. He got a lot done, but still clearly a lot left to do.
Pat Duggins, Alabama Public Radio. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Hardy.